Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Fergie and I'm a UX designer based in London. On this channel, I share tips, tricks, and knowledge that I have built up from working in the industry. This new series, I'm going to be reviewing designers' portfolios and giving feedback to help them best showcase the skills and techniques that are looked for by hiring managers. Having been involved in the hiring process myself for a number of years, I'm going to share what I know to help you. Let's get into it. Hey, Rays. Okay, let's review your case study. Firstly, let me say I wish you the best of luck with finding a new role. I really hope that you get what you're looking for. So this is the Swedish marketplace called Farm No Harm. So first off, I can see you've got a really clean layout. There's clearly a lot of detail in here. You're showing me a lot of the activities that you have conducted and the methodologies that you've used, artifacts you've created. So this to me is very promising because you're telling me the full story of what you're doing, and storytelling is a really important part of putting together a case study. Alright, we have an overview. Farm No Harm is a social and sustainable agri-tech solution, an intermediary and a distribution channel between farmers and consumers. Nice! This is sounding like a farmer's market goes online, which I think is really good. Tell me about your role. So you were the solo product designer over 6 months. So that's really great. Telling me up front that everything I'm about to go through, you give me a sense of time. So you used the 4D methodology: discover, design, develop, deliver. Great. That's showing that you're following industry standard methodologies, that you understand design. Okay, I'm going to get into what you've done. So the design challenge: create an intuitive multi-vendor marketplace platform for people who want to shop climate smart, locally grown and organic. What am I going to... Okay, so I can zoom in and make this larger. Interesting. So this is just one large image. Okay, cool. I'm going to go through it like this, just so I don't strain my eyes, because the text was a little small. It might not be small in your design document where you've created, but because the image is narrower, it's not full screen, it is making it a tad on the small side, which some people might struggle with. The business challenge. So today we have a demand and a supply, but not a smooth, centralized marketplace. In order for the countryside and smaller farmers to survive, new solutions and ways of thinking are needed. With one platform, we want to connect all the Swedes farmers into one place where they easily find their customer and where the customer can easily navigate a new landscape. Instead of saying us, we, it, the platform, just call out the name, because then that's just really easy for people to follow along with. Alright, we've got desk research and you've explored the current website. So desktop versus mobile versus tablet, market share. I can just make out what's on here, which, these things are quite interesting. So you might want to make just a tad bigger. So that's tablet, mobile and desktop. So there's a lot of mobile and desktop use and really not very much tablet use. That's quite interesting. Okay, in desk research, you first had a general look onto the Swedes consumer profile, behavior, purchasing power, household consumption, expand top trend e-commerce websites. Nice, good way to start. The research was divided into 2 phases. Primary research. In this phase, I had a personal interview with the owner of Farm No Harm, Swedes people, buyer and future sellers, to understand their behaviors. Secondary research. In this phase, I compared our findings with the other competitors and re-evaluated our findings. What exactly did you compare? I guess there's a little detail missing from there. So when you're talking about your primary and secondary research, what would be really good to explain is what research methods you've used. So you've mentioned that this is desk research, but is it from survey results? This looks like analytics from somewhere potentially, or maybe it's report data. Maybe just put a little tag underneath them saying what it is. We always give just a little annotation for these types of images, and maybe just add that extra tiny little bit of information on what exactly you looked at for desk research. Because we all know that means you've sat and done research online, but what did you look at? Okay, so this helped you in providing insights on their online shopping behavior, knowing which device they prefer to use when it comes to food shopping, providing information on how they want the website to be, getting feedback on how they feel about the website, an app that they use, knowing what makes them feel comfortable and uncomfortable. That's a good thing to find out. Providing insights of any features they want to see in Farm No Farm. Okay, nice. So you've given us an idea of kind of what you've covered. You've got a really awesome slide here showing the questions that you've asked. Yeah, again, great insight that you're taking us on this journey with you of everything you've done. Competitor analysis. You've analysed 3 direct competitors to farm no harm. These 3 competitors are targeting a similar audience and follow a similar business. Okay, so let me just work out what you're showing me with these images. So you've done a feature comparison. I can't make out from the images kind of what these are, so again, maybe just add an annotation or just like call out a few of these things. So this is clearly slides that you created during the project. Maybe just pull out a few of the key things, you know, put some screenshots and then put some key features from competitors. For us reading the case study, we don't need to know which competitor had which feature, for example, but just, you know, creating a graphic that illustrates that this is what you've done, just in a stronger, cleaner way that we can see better, because these are obviously pretty small. And then here, maybe just call out a couple of them as illustrative purposes, and then you can always offer at the end of this for viewers to download or see more. Like if they really want to get into this kind of report that you've put together, then you can say click here to see the full report or go through the slides or to download a PDF or something like that to show them exactly the detail of what you've done. Again, you're showing this kind of summary, but that's not legible unless I start to zoom in and then it gets all pixelated. So I think you could pull a few key points out of this, pull a few of these key features and rows, pull these screenshots out and just use that space to do a bit of a more cohesive layout rather than just a grid showing us what looks like report slides. The work in progress that you go through. So this is great. This is like something I do almost daily. So this is something really good to show, you know, potential new employers, because you're showing them that you understand and can successfully utilize this method and this exercise. Gold star, thumbs up. Understanding the user. So the user interviews helped you understand them and define the goals and the needs. You have 2 personas. You have a buyer who's concerned about food quality and local production. Okay. And you have a seller who has a small business and wants to join the platform to expand online and find repeat local customers. Okay, cool. So we have a student from Stockholm, a little bit about her. What are her goals? All right. Okay, yeah, I can see you've got like the main things that we would look for in a persona. And then what would be the difference here with our business owner, Albert? He wants to sell products in an easy way, repeat business, expand his business. It's not easy to find new customers online in the same place. You could maybe put a little bit more into how you realized there are 2 types of persona, or did you know that? Is that something that was already known from the beginning? Or maybe just state it in the beginning, like you knew that you were creating something that was for kind of potentially two types of users. So you've got your user and what they say, what they do, what they feel, what they think. Again, this is a great format to use. I mean, I use this a lot. My company uses this a lot. So it's definitely good, again, showing that you have skill sets and knowledge that mean you can quite easily fit into a team or into a role. You're demonstrating all the skills that would be looked for, and in really good detail as well. Okay, so the red dots you said were the main pain points. I think this is very comprehensive, very good, easy to understand. Yeah, great. No real comments here. You're showing you can do exactly what you say you did. So great. It's always nice having the images as evidence. Okay, user onboarding flow with information architecture and the user flow. You made a user flow of a buyer who wanted to accomplish the main goal, which is placing an order. So you've set some parameters for the user flow and drawn it up. So this is the sitemap for the information architecture. What do you want to tell people with these? Maybe what I would do, because I've just worked this out from looking at them, just call out what were the differences between, you know, guest versus logged in. I think what you've got is, you know, the different things that happen in the different areas of the site, right? So you get all these extra things if you're logged in, like likes and saves and feedback and all of that. You don't get that if you've not logged in. Just call that out so that people looking at this don't work that out for themselves. Call it out. if that's something important to project. Usability testing, amazing, you got to do usability testing, that's really great. I ran usability testing right after designing the main tasks that the user will go through to accomplish the main goal. So can they place an order as a buyer, and can they become a producer as a future seller? Okay. You prepared 4 moderated tasks to 4 candidates. They were different people than those from the research. Okay, great. So you're expanding that base of individuals that you're conducting your research and testing with. Brilliant. You did this via Zoom, shared the Adobe XD link. And I think this is a really lovely, clean, beautiful design. I think it is really refreshing type of design for, you know, what is kind of essentially a grocery e-commerce site. Perfect. Video. Really, really, really nice. I like it. Maybe just put a title for the video so that people going through this know exactly what you're trying to show them. Everyone loves a video. It's a nice way of communicating something that you've created or that you've done. I don't know if you have the time, but you could even do like a really quick voiceover. If you just like record your voice from your phone and then put the two together using some sort of app, you can just like talk people through what it is, or just add a little title, because I'm going to hit play and not know what I'm about to watch. Whereas I'd like to know what I watch so I can follow it properly and not be lost or confused or anything like that. I think this is a really clean and clear case study. There's nothing you've really left. I know exactly what you have done. You might want to add in like a little section after, you know, talking to the user. We kind of jump from doing all the user flows into the final visual product. You might want to include any sketches or initial ideas or the original product that was there, just so that we can see like before and after. That's always a really interesting thing to see. And also maybe a little paragraph, just like how you have here, of how you worked with the development team. You know, what was that like? What were your communications like? What kind of working relationship did you have with the developers building the site? And how did you work together as that multidisciplinary team? So those are some little extra things you can add. But again, like I say, this is really strong. It shows that you can definitely do all the UX activities, and that you also have the UI design skills to create something that looks really visually appealing, that people would want to use, that people would be attracted to. It's clear that you can do the research to find out the features that would make people want to continue to use, such an attractive product. It's attractive both visually and because of the features that you're including. So yeah, I think overall, great work. Nothing much more to add. I hope that has been really helpful. I hope that there's a few comments that you could put into practice, a few little tweaks you could do. Like I said, there are no huge things that I can spot that you need to change. You've already followed a really great logical structure that everyone can follow through to know how you started the project, how you went through it, and where it ended up. So yeah, great work and good luck with the job hunt. I hope you found that insightful and it helps you improve your portfolio. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to be notified next time I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!